This is the FLO Aid Bag. We designed this bag to get you and your bike through any situation you can find yourself in on the bike. We have a bike aid side and then we have a first aid side that is included. The bag is the FLO Saddle Bag, and we use a BOA enclosure that is going to allow you to secure it to the saddle or anywhere else on the bike. And these are also great for transition. If you want to lay one of these in transition and you need something throughout your race, you can come back to transition and you're going to have all the components in here. Let's open this up and see what's inside. The first thing that you're going to notice when you open the FLO Aid Bag is that nothing is going to fall out. We designed this bag so that it has two halves, and everything is going to stay contained within its side, so when you open it, everything will be where you left it. On the bike aid side, we have a number of things that are packed in here. We're going to go through each one of those in a moment, but we also have some additional space. If you need to add a CO2 or tube or anything in here, you can get that in on the additional side of that bag. On the medical side, you're going to see everything is also packed in here that you're going to need in any sort of medical situation. The first tool you're going to find in the FLO Aid Bag is the FLO multi-tool. The big reason we designed our own tool is because we wanted to include tubeless tools, which you're not going to find on many multi-tools. So we're going to have a tubeless file here that you can use for your tubeless repair, and we also have the tire punch for the putting in the tubeless patch itself. You're also going to see we have a number of hex tools. We have a 3, a 4, underneath here is a 5, we have a 6, and we have an 8. We have a slot screwdriver. We have a number 2 Phillips. And over here we have Torx T20 and T25 bits. We also have a serrated knife. Now that's great for a number of things on the bike and also on the medical side. If you need anything from a knife perspective, we have a serrated knife that is included. We also have a chain breaker tool. So if you need to break a chain out in the field, we have it. We have a valve core removal tool. We have 13, 14, 15, 16 gauge nipple tools along with the Mavic tool as well. And the chain breaker can be used as a way to hold a bladed arrow spoke. All FLO wheels that we've ever shipped that have exposed spokes have the Sapum CX rays, and if you try to tighten one of these spokes, what you're going to find is that they'll wind up. So you need to be able to hold that spoke in some way. Now, this chain breaker tool is a way that you can hold on to it. So one of the other items that we ship in the FLO bag is the 5.5 mil hex nipple tool. So this T-handle tool allows you to service a nipple that has a hexagonal design. What that means is you can tighten these spokes from between the brake track. And so you can hold the tool, or the spoke with this tool, and then you can tighten it on this side. Our original FLO wheels all included what's called a faired wheel design, meaning that the nipple is actually inside the rim. And so you have to access the nipple from between the brake tracks. And this 5.5 mil Allen tool is going to be exactly what you need. We're also including our FLO CO2 regulator. This CO2 regulator is awesome for a number of reasons. The biggest reason you're going to see is right here we have a dial. It allows you to lock out a CO2 to prevent any airflow. If you take a CO2 like this and you thread it in, what you're going to find in most tools is once it punctures that CO2, you either already have to have this on the wheel, or once you discharge it, it's all in one shot. Once this breaks that CO2, you now have this locked in place. As you open this and release it, it will slowly allow that CO2 to come out, and so that means that you can put the right amount of CO2 in that you need in that wheel. If you find yourself with a double flat, then you can actually seal this back up partway through and go to the other tube and give yourself some air there as well. We have the FLO tire levers, which are new tire levers that we have as well. These have an alloy core, which is great for strength and durability, and we have a nylon backing to prevent any rim damage and to prevent the amount of plastic that we are putting out there. We also have tubeless tire seals, so you can put these in your tubeless tires if you have any punctures. We have tube patch kits, so these are for tubes. In a pinch, you can use these on a tire if you need to seal it up, but not a long-term situation. And then we have some quick ties, so if you need anything from a quick tie perspective, those are going to be in the bag. And we have a set of mechanic gloves. On the medical side, we did a number of things, and we really wanted to look at a med kit that was going to be for cyclists. A lot of first aid kits that you see for bikes don't include things that we feel the cyclists really need. The number one thing that we've seen with cyclists going down is road rash. And if you've ever had road rash and somebody gives you one of these, which is a Tegaderm patch, they are your new best friend. These things are awesome. We're including a large Tegaderm patch in each kit, along with a bottle of saline. So a lot of times you go down on the road or gravel or anything like that, you may have a bunch of debris in you. You may be traveling with like sports nutrition or something like that, and you don't really want to wash the cutout or abrasion with that, so you can wash yourself out, put this Tegaderm on, and get yourself home. Another component that we have in the FLO Aid Bag is going to be a tourniquet. Now, we really want to get one of these in there. If you've ever been in a situation where you've seen one of these used or know somebody who's had one of these are a lifesaver, and it can happen on a bike. So we included one of these. If you need to tie off an artery quickly, we have a tourniquet that is included. We have a number of bandages. We have waterproof bandages here, a large size, so if you need anything from a waterproof perspective. And we also have some smaller bandages here that you can use for a number of different cuts or scrapes or anything that you need from on the bike. Moleskin is something that we've also included. So you may have a blister on the run. That could be something you have, or if you're running or you have some chafed nipples, which are no fun, and moleskin can come in and save that day pretty quickly if you have it. We have a comfort stretch gauze here that you can use. We have medical tape that is going to allow you to bandage yourself up, tape anything on the bike side in a pinch if you need it. You could definitely use this as well to help yourself out on the bike. We have stainless steel shears. These can be used to cut a jersey, cut laces or anything, or even helmet straps, whatever you need to cut. Stainless steel, great shears, and that you can use to get yourself through a situation. And then we have also included sunscreen. If you're on the bike, you may find yourself you're getting burned. You need to put some sunscreen on. We have that. And if you've ever been on a bike and you've had any chafing, we have chamois butter in there as well. It's going to allow you to get through a ride potentially with chamois butter. The final thing we have on the med side is a set of latex gloves that are separate from the ones on the bike side. So if you need them for a medical reason, you have those there as well. The FLO Aid Bag comes in at around 670 grams. Dimensionally, we have 5.5 inches in this dimension, 4 1/4 in this dimension, and 2 3/4 in this side. The boa enclosure, as we've said, is awesome. It allows you to seal it really quickly to the bike and very securely, but we've also included this safety strap here. So we've seen bags with enclosures before where when it's heavy, and in testing, our first testing, we noticed that the bag can slip out. This enclosure is going to make sure that stays on the bike, and so that you have that FLO Aid Bag when you need it the most. Well, we hope you never have to use anything that is in the FLO Aid Bag. It may get you through a race, help you finish a ride, or even save a life. We hope you like the FLO Aid Bag as much as we do.